remembers what the word on the street is?
Faithfulness.
That's right. Now, who thinks they know what faithfulness is?
I know.
Okay, Hannah first.
It means to trust in God.
Okay, who are you going to say, Brian?
Same ground.
Same ground, Santa Claus.
Anything except Sandra.
Besides Sandra.
Always say Sandra and Sandra.
Who else thinks they know what faithfulness is?
I don't know what.
Who wants to give an example?
So what?
Olivia,
Linda.
do you want to give an example?
Who knows of an example?
I know an example.
Is there any time that, do you trust your mommy to do things for you?
Yeah, of course.
Like what? And what do you know that she'll do?
Because he loves me and he knows it's
Same Well, don't you have faith in your mom that she'll cook food for you every night?
Yeah.
See, that's faithfulness, right, Howie?
Yep.
Well, guys, today we're going to read a story all about faithfulness. I don't know, and we're definitely not winning this. Now, once upon a time, there was a king who had 3 servants. He's the first one right now. And see, this king had to go away to some other place. He had to go to Disney World, right? And Disney World is so fun, right? If you went to Disney World, do you know whether or not you'd come back?
I've been to there before.
Yeah, so he decided to go to Disney World. And so he left each of his servants with 1 awesome coin. Here's your coin. Let me go give some points to the other 2 servants. Oh, hey servants, here are your 2 coins. Oh, you and you. Oh, okay, here. Now, this king, he said to his servants, "Go and engage in business until I return." And so, the king left, and the 3 servants stayed at the palace to engage in business until he returned. Ooh, sounds like some serious business is engaging behind there. Right, kiddos? Wow. Well, guys, this went on, and so the king...
Who's doing that?
My servants. So the king came back from the faraway land. He came back, he sat on his throne, and he looked around, and he thought, I wonder what my servants have been doing while I was gone. And so, he called the first servant to his throne. Servants, what has become of the golden coin I gave you?
I produced 10 more.
That is amazing. And to you will be given 10 cities.
Thank you.
No problem. You did good work there. Kudos. And so the servant was very happy with the 10 cities he had received. And now he called his second servant. Second servant. Ah, hello, second servant. Now what has become of the golden coin I have given you?
I made 5 more.
5 more? That's awesome. And you get 5 cities. Good job. And he was very pleased with his second servant as well. But there was 1 more servant, right, kiddos? And so he called the third servant. Servant, what has become of the golden coin I have given you?
I still have the golden coin.
What? Why? How come this servant didn't engage in business? Well, kids, that's a very good question. Who thinks they have?
I know.
Okay,
Not Santa Claus or Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
What?
Santa Claus is Santa Claus.
They're biting it? Well, in fact, this servant didn't like the king, and in fact, he wasn't even sure if the king was going to return at all. So he thought, why don't I just hold on to this coin and let it be safe? Because I don't even know whether or not this king is going to return from Disney World because it's so fun there, right, kiddos?
So I just ended up saving it
He ended up saving it.
and not doing anything with what I had
And see,
or what the king has given me.
the king expected this servant to do something with what he has been given. But in fact, he just kept it to himself and didn't use it at all. And so that's why when he returned, he didn't get any rewards like the other two servants did. Who remembers what the first servant got as a reward?
Got 10 more.
That's right, he got 10 more cities. Who remembers what the second servant got?
5 more.
Wow, very good. This servant didn't get any. And in fact,
He had
his,
some taken away.
his gold coin got given to the one who had 10 cities. And why do you think the one with the most
I
cities
know
got
that.
even more? Why?
Santa
no.
Claus and Santa Claus.
Besides Santa Claus.
What did you say?
Olivia, who thinks it's weird that the person with
I don't know.
who already has the most
I know
money and the most cities
I know that.
got even more? Why not give it to the one
I
who's
know that.
Why?
I know that the first servant got more.
Yeah, but why do you? But see, it would be weird for us as humans to think, well, if you already have the most of something, why not give extras to the people who don't have the most? But in the Bible, Jesus said that in the kingdom of God, that the ones who have much more are given. And remember what we said yesterday, when the first are last and the last are first.
Oh!
Isn't that upside down and inside out, Brian?
That's
So in the end,
and so the upside down.
Hannah, do you know who the king represents?
No.
He represents God.
See, who thinks that you have a special little something that you're good at?
Are you good? Are you guys good at anything?
How is good at basketball? What do you guys? Raise your hand if you think that you're good at something.
Me.
Olivia, do you think you're good at something? What are
I
you
know
good at?
that.
Coloring. What about you, Jesse? Is there anything you're good at?
I know that. Santa Claus and Santa Claus and books and.
Oh, so you like books?
Is that the read?
Well, you see, what this represents was that the king, or God, gave Howie or his two servants special gifts, like maybe reading books
Or coloring.
And you see, what he wanted them to do was God wanted them to use their gifts to engage in business or enlarge his kingdom by the gifts that he had given them. And so the first two servants used their gifts wisely, and they were rewarded when the king came back, right? But the third servant, he didn't use his gift. Let's say his gift was making the best sandwiches in the entire world. Well, he didn't want to make sandwiches for the king. He didn't want to make sandwiches for other people. He just made sandwiches for himself. Right, Howie? Did they taste good?
Alright.
They're all right.
I know that.
You know that?
Santa Claus and Santa Claus.
Well, you see,
Santa Claus.
he was supposed to make sandwiches for other people, for God. And he didn't think that he would need to, because he didn't even know if he was going to even come back and hold him accountable for what he has done. Right, Howie?
Mhm.
So what do you, now that we've learned something, what do you think the third servant should have done with his gift of making sandwiches?
Do it.
That's right. Who thinks that he should have used his gift for other people and for God? Yay.
Santa Claus.